Welcome back to another episode. If you've seen yesterday's video, then you're like, oh, well, we just recorded 2 videos in one day. That's what I do. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'll sit back and I'll record multiple videos in one day because I don't want to make videos too long. And so, yeah, there's that. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about, well, one of the wonderful things about owning a Tesla. And this is obviously coming from me as a Tesla owner. Some of the cool things. So I want to talk about the five best things about Tesla compared to other EVs and ICE cars. Ready to go? If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. Let's get started. More often than not, I get people asking me about, what are some of the good stuff and the bad stuff, and when it comes to Tesla. And one of my favorite questions is usually like, give me 3 things, give me 5 things, give me 10 things, that are great about Tesla. Like, give me something to kind of work off of. And I do this quite often with people because people are generally pretty active, trying to find out like what's good and what's bad. And a lot of them, believe it or not, are trying to sucker me into the idea of telling them what's bad. Well, we're going to discuss that at a later video. Maybe I'll make one today and kind of post it tomorrow. But here's the 5 favorite things, awesome things about Teslas. I think the very the 5th item on my list has got to be just the simplicity of the car. Nothing seems complex about this car. It's very, very simple right off the bat. I find that you get into the car, you're driving it. It's straightforward. It's like driving your typical ICE car, but it's simplistic in the sense that you really don't think about it too much. The one pedal driving really definitely helps with that. So it's a very calm drive compared to any ICE vehicle I've ever driven. And as I mentioned in previous videos, I have driven a lot of ICE vehicles in my life, and it's a calm drive. It's somehow just it's very soothing. But that's my 5th favorite thing about it. It's just a soothing drive. It always seems to be very soothing drive. Number 4 is the Tesla community. Now, this, you might be thinking, okay, what does that have to do with the car? Well, you see, the car is part of the community. It's part of the Tesla ownership and part of being part of a community. Now, Tesla community has 2 sides to it. 1, which is idiotic, and 2, which is really, really good. Now, the idiotic one is usually the people who are basically Tesla fanboys. Even though they own the product, they're just fanboys. They will not admit to things not working or things not being right. I've always said it's completely, it is 100% completely fine to criticize even your favorite things. Heck, you can criticize your loved one. Why not your car? Why not a company that you respect? But when it comes to the Tesla community, you get this, you get everybody coming together to help one another and help the general public and help out the people who, for me, as an example, today, as I'm recording this, actually, one of my friends has gone out to pick up their car. I spent quite a few hours with her to kind of explain as much as I could, answer any questions she has, use my car as an example, go with her to do test drives, go through the process. And that's what I mean by the Tesla community. Everybody kind of goes through the process of explaining as much as possible. And if you have a Tesla friend, somebody who, let's say you're buying a car, if you have a friend who owns one, they'll be very, very happy to help you out. So Tesla community for me is a very, very big part of owning a Tesla as well. So that's number 4. Number 3, it's just, I think that it's the convenience of it. Now, depending on where you live, I think so for me, it's a convenience. I have decent amount of chargers where I live here in Vancouver. And some of the people here in Vancouver will disagree. Some of them will 100% agree. In my case, I feel like there's plenty of chargers here. But then again, I'm also one of those people who I can go to a charger any time of the day. I have that freedom. So I'm not stuck between, on a 9-to-5 job. So I can go basically whenever I go to a charger, I always find chargers. But it's the placement of all the chargers so far that I've seen throughout, Canada and a lot of the places in the US that I went to. Tesla really thought of making the charging a big portion of your buying experience as well. So your ownership experience, obviously the charging network is a big thing. And that's something that I think is very, very important. So Tesla, the way they did their charging network is great. It's expanding constantly. It is probably one of my, it is definitely my top 3 features. It's awesome. I don't feel the hesitation of anything. Number two for me has to be, as odd as it sounds, having things to do in your car. Obviously, I'm talking about stuff like Netflix, YouTube, everything kind of having, and games, having everything in the car. And I remember initially I was kind of one of those people that was really questioning, like, what is the point of this? Why would you need a web browser or YouTube or Netflix or games in your car? It doesn't make any sense. Well, it didn't make any sense because I always looked at it like I have my phone with me, and well, why would I need it? My phone has games on it, YouTube, Netflix, and so forth and so on. But I gotta tell you, it became very quickly one of my favorite things. In fact, a lot of the YouTube videos or Netflix stuff like that, I'll watch while I'm charging my car, or sometimes I'll just go out for a nice little drive and I'll sit back, I'll watch something, and go from there. So the infotainment system, the actual infotainment system, is definitely something I really, really like, and I think having that enhances your experience of ownership as well, and it just gives you that awesome little sensation, which is knowing that your car is not just a car. It's more. It's an entertainment on wheels, and it's really, really neat. I remember my wife and we went out to this lookout and put the fireplace on, and it was great. Like, it was fun, silly stuff like that. People in the car, sometimes I put fart mode on, and especially if it's unsuspecting people, and it's just fun. It doesn't have to be anything special, but it's fun, and I think that's a very, very big thing. So what's my number one? My number one has to be, well, Tesla updates. I love getting the updates. I actually look forward to getting the next update, seeing the little tweaks, maybe just the little bug fixes or whatever. And sometimes you end up with, holy, okay, there's a new game now, or something else is available. And those are all fine and dandy, but then there's the other ones. There's the bigger stuff where your performance improves, your braking improves, your handling improves, something improves. Suddenly you have a new option that you didn't have. And I mean, when I bought my car, I didn't have Sentry Mode, for example. I didn't have Netflix, YouTube. All of the stuff was not an option. It came in afterwards. And that was a very, very, very important thing for me. Just seeing that my car, it's more than just a car. It's part of who I am. And it's allowing me to take, I don't have to take a million things with me. And realistically, I can just sit in my car. I can go for a drive, sit in my car, and like I said, play games, look up information, whatever it may be. And yes, again, you can do that off your phone. I just prefer the bigger screen of my Model S. And it's awesome. It really is. The car becomes not only part of who you are, but how you live. Your lifestyle changes dramatically with these cars in a really positive way. So those are my 5. I know a lot of you are going to be asking how come I didn't mention autopilot and all of those things. These are my 5. These are my personal favorites. But yes, I do love some of the other features too. Maybe I'll do another 5 later on, but right now these are my key ones. All right. That being said, I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really, really close to 1,000 subscribers. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I truly would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching these videos. You guys are, well, I make these videos because of you. If nobody would be watching, I wouldn't bother. So thank you so much for the support. All that being said, please everybody drive safe, and I'll catch you on the next video.